What's up, Raiders? TristenWulf here, bringing you another Raid Shadow Legends video. And today we're going to talk about what's in the news, all the excitement, all the hype. There's a new fusion event. It's been announced for June, and it looks pretty wild. I've skipped the past couple of fusions because they either looked late game, end game, or just too damn hard to do. And now I'm so glad I have. I've saved up. I got a pile of shards ready to go in every semblance except for silver. I'm going to have to grind silver hard. But you know what? You've got some time because this fusion event doesn't start until June the 5th. So wherever you are deficient, make sure you're focusing on those rewards. Make sure you're building up your rewards because this is not a fusion you're going to want to miss. You're definitely going to want this guy on your team because he looks like he is specifically designed around the new dungeon that's coming soon, the Awaken Chaos event that's showing up. Let's just pull up some deets on this guy and talk about his kit. So here he is, guys, Tholin Foulbeard. Redheads, am I right? This guy looks banging awesome. Let's talk about his skills, how we think he's going to be used, and whether or not he's somebody you want to go for. Spoiler alert, you want to go for him. Okay, his A1 skill, Demon Breaker. He attacks all enemies. Right out of the gate, he's got me hooked. I love A1 skills that hit all enemies. They always seem to be really, really useful. But this one has a 25% chance of placing a 25% weaken debuff for 2 turns. That's only a 25%, but you can book it up to 50%. So 50% chance to weaken on his A1 skill, and it's an AoE skill. As long as the mods are high, he should slap. Has a 50% chance of placing a 25% weaken debuff if the target is from the Corrupted Alliance, a boss, or a minion. Guys, this 50% chance just went up to 75% chance after booking against bosses, Corrupted Alliance, and minions. This guy's going to be huge in boss fights. This effect cannot be resisted by enemies from the Corrupted Alliance, bosses, or minions. Guys, it's a 75% chance to proc, and it can't be resisted. You don't need to build effectiveness. You don't need to build accuracy on this guy to get him to work. Whew. Oh, wait, there's more. Grants an extra turn if weakened debuff was placed on all enemies. Oh my god, an A1 skill that grants an extra turn if the weakened debuff is placed on all enemies? Surely this isn't spammable, right? You can't A1, weaken everybody, A1 again, weaken everybody. Surely, right? It doesn't say it can only be activated once per turn. Surely they don't let us cheese it to that level, right? Where you just gotta hope that 25% stops you from doing it. If so, that would be crazy. I can't wait to try that out and see. His A2 skill, Back to the Abyss. Attacks one enemy 2 times. Each hit will ignore 25% of the target's defense. If the target is from the Corrupted Alliance, a boss, or a minion, each hit ignores 50% of the defense. 50% defense penetration is huge. Each hit decreases the target's attack by 5%, stacks up to 25%. So if you hit a boss, hits him twice, that's 10% reduction to his attack. And you can keep doing that up to 25%. So within 3 hits, you could drop a boss's attack down 25%. One of the things we were noting about this this new dungeon that's coming up is in her ascended alternate form, she hits like a truck. So being able to weaken and reduce the attack is going to make that a lot more survivable. He is definitely going to be important for this new event and for lots of dungeons. I mean, think about Hydra. Think about knocking 25% of the attack off of the Hydra heads, including a weaken on all of them. I don't know, guys. I think this guy's going to be huge beyond this event. A3 skill, Rapid Fury. Rapid Fury. It says Fury. Rapid Fury. Rapid Fury attacks all enemies 2 times before placing a 50% increased attack buff on the champion for 2 turns. So he's going to attack 2 times, but before he attacks, he's going to give himself a 50% attack buff, and it's going to be an AoE double strike. Whoa. Each hit, for each critical hit landed on the first hit, increases the damage dealt of the second hit by 10%. Will ignore unkillable and shield buffs. Guys, That's insane. So 50% attack boost, and every time he hits, he's going to increase the damage dealt on the second hit by 10%. Juicy, guys, juicy. And let's see, what's his passive? Evil's Nightmare. Evil's Nightmare activates Demon Breaker every 5th turn the champion takes. Wait, what? Wait, what? Every 5th turn he takes, he's going to activate his A1 skill, which is going to attack all enemies, weaken them, and it's going to grant an extra turn. I wonder if this mechanic could work with a random activation. If you could randomly activate and then force an extra turn. I'm really curious how this extra turn mechanic works, but still, this guy's going to spam this so much, because remember, you might get an extra turn here, and every 5th turn he takes, he's just going to activate that skill again. You're going to have significant uptime on this weaken debuff, right? You weaken him, then you do 1 attack, you do another attack, that's 3 turns. If you got an extra attack here, that's 4 turns. The next thing you do is going to activate this again. You're going to have that weaken debuff up pretty consistently. Enemies from the Corrupted Alliance, boss and minions cannot... Holy crap! Guys, enemies from the Corrupted Alliance, bosses and minions cannot critical hit this champion. They've given him some built-in mitigation in the sense that he can't be crit by any bosses, any minions. This guy's going to be a dungeon stomping machine. They have given us a PvE god in this red-headed dwarf. Everything about this guy I love. Even his aura increases attack by 30% in battles. Dude. So he's a force affinity. He's not a void, but that's okay. It just means there are some dungeons where he might be a little bit weaker, but God, this guy's going to be good everywhere. Constant spamming of weaken, the attack buffing to himself, the extra turns. I can't wait. I can't wait. Now, what kind of a fusion event is it going to be? Well, we know it is a classic, which means traditional style fusion event. So very, very reminiscent of the fusion we went through to get Lord Entertainer Fabian, where you're going to have to go in and fuse. The events are going to be centered around collecting certain epics, and you're going to have to fuse those epics together to get the legendary at the end. It means these are a little bit more silver heavy fusions, a little bit hard, not the hardest style fusion, not the easiest fusion either, not like a fragment fusion, but still. I got Fabian, so I'm familiar with it. It's going to cost some, so make sure you have got your resources saved up. Save your shards. I'm so glad I did not get baited into this summon event. I'm so glad that I've been building up resources to farm some gold, to farm some silver. You guys are going to want to go crazy for this guy, especially if the PvE of this game matters to you at all, and really it is practically all that matters for me. I love the PvE of this game, and this dwarf is going to be a big part of it. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Are you guys going to go hard for this guy? Do you think I'm overhyping him and he's a big pass? Let me know what you guys think. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care, Raiders.